Hi friends, I am starting an experiment to grow 42-day tomatoes in Aerogarden Harvest. As the name implies, we should be able to harvest tomatoes in 42 days. Let's see how it works in Aerogarden Harvest, how real the 42-day mark is, and whether it's worth growing in Aerogarden or not. Seed starting is very simple. Tomato seeds have pretty good germination rate. So I will place one seed in each pod and I will start with 4 pods. I will grow only 2 plants in this aero garden. If I get more than 2 seeds germinated, I will transfer the remaining plants to soil in my backyard. I am not adding any nutrition right away as germination doesn't require any nutrition. I will start adding the nutrition once I see the seedlings. This is what I usually follow with every new garden. Garden is ready now. Let's start the journey. It's day 11. I got all the seeds germinated. Looks like I added 2 seeds in one of the pods. Plants are thin and tall, which is different from other tomato plants. I have grown red heirloom variety from Aerogarden, Tiny Tim tomatoes, and Red Robin tomatoes. All those plants developed a very strong stem at this height. But these plants are coming super thin. Let's see how they do as they grow more. Day 27. Now the plants are growing really fast. Initial growth was slow and very boring, but they started picking up the growth since day 20. I also see the birds now. Excitement started. It's time to transfer the plants. As I said, I will keep 2 plants in this aero garden and move the remaining plants to my backyard. Day 38. I see lots of flowers on both plants now. These flowers are big and strong. I don't see any tomatoes yet. I see few flowers started drying up. Maybe some tomatoes are on the way. But there is no way I can get the tomato by day 42. Not even in 50 days. Maybe it needs a very specific atmosphere to produce tomatoes in 42 days. Anyways, plants are doing excellent. Let's continue watching it grow. Day 41. Lot more birds and flowers. Now I see couple of baby tomatoes on both plants. So far so good, even though I am not going to harvest tomatoes on day 42. Day 45. Plants reached to 1 feet tall. Tomatoes are getting big. They already reached the cherry tomato size. Somehow these plants are looking dull from the beginning. Leaves are looking pretty weak as they are not getting any food or water. But I don't see any issues with root system or pods. Maybe that's how these plants will grow. Day 60. I got few more tomatoes and the previous tomatoes getting big. I see lot of flowers are drying up and falling off now. Maybe the plants are taking a break from producing more tomatoes. Day 65. I still don't see any signs of ripening. All tomatoes stopped growing big, so I think they are preparing to ripe. These are the tomato plants I transplanted from the same aero garden. They settled well and producing lots of flowers all over the plant. I see bunch of tomatoes growing on these plants as well. None of them are ripening. Day 67. I see one tomato turning red. This is definitely not the first tomato, but the first tomato also slowly turning red. I don't see any new tomatoes coming. Maybe the plants are still waiting for these tomatoes to be ripened and harvested. Day 71. Few more tomatoes ripening now. Day 75. Tomatoes are ripening very well. First tomato just fell off. Not sure if I accidentally broke it or it just fully ripened and fell off. I also see bunch of baby tomatoes coming now. I was a bit disappointed earlier that it produced only 10 tomatoes, but now I feel better that it's producing second batch of tomatoes. This is the tomato that fell off. I'm cutting it to show you the inside. Looks good. Very juicy with lots of seeds. It is still little bit of green. Let me check the taste now. Wow, taste is really good. Little bit of sour and a decent sweetness. And it has a classic tomato flavor. It's amazing. It is pretty similar to on the vine tomatoes that I buy from Costco or any other grocery store. Day 80, all the tomatoes from the first batch have ripened. Second batch of tomatoes are growing very nice. Plant has grown more than 1 feet. Some branches have reached to almost 2 feet, but they fell off and still growing under the lights. So, 42-day tomato plants are definitely manageable in Aerogarden Harvest. I definitely feel like it's worth growing for its fast production. Taste is definitely good and different from cherry tomatoes. I'm just picking few tomatoes from big and small sizes. Let's compare these with red heirloom tomatoes from Aerogarden. It's just a comparison. Size doesn't really matter. Taste and yield really matters. These are the plants in my backyard. I have many clusters of tomatoes all over the plants and lot of flowers too. This variety is doing excellent in both Aerogarden as well as in soil outside. I am going to continue growing these tomatoes in Aerogarden. Thank you for watching my video.